developing an understanding of what tailoring needs to be done for their context. And then with that, develop the modifications or the adjustments so that the AI can truly have a benefit. So just as an example, a system developed for one country in regard to a treatment recommendation, and if there was an interest in porting that to a different country, there's certainly differences in patient demographics, differences in age, difference in comorbidities, but there's also even differences in insurance and reimbursement. So one treatment recommendation in a country which may well be reimbursable by the government or by insurance, in another country isn't. And so there have been a number of cases where these type of recommendation AI for treatment are ported to a second country and are totally inappropriate.
I think that's fair enough, and that's important for us to understand. Living in Pakistan as well, the technology is running very fast. We are trying to catch with them, but still we are lacking behind in the infrastructure. So it's very important that what is helping in the developed countries over there, we learn from that point where they have passed that stage and don't do the mistakes over there which they have already done and adapt accordingly. Because I think especially in the healthcare industry, I think we need to take advantage of what we have already been done in the technology front. And I can tell you, being part of the SAP itself, technology is running very fast. And we who are trying to provide the technology, I can tell you, we are even right now struggling to take the pace out to the people. And that's really, really important. Dr. Anatoly, coming back to you, we have talked about frameworks right now, and there is a lot of debate in the world, especially as the AI is coming into our lives, that are the frameworks right? Are we talking about some control mechanism in terms of the ethical frameworks that is required to be placed in this world? Because technology is fast, but we are belonging to a certain country, to a certain culture, to a certain religion, and yes, we need to follow the technology, but not compromising what is required by the society as well. How do you see, are these frameworks ready for every country, or they are just there for certain religions, certain cultures, or certain countries?
Thank you for this question. I think that it's not only about the cultural codes or something which is could be just a challenge in Pakistan or any other given country. And again, the advocacy, adequacy of current regulatory frameworks to address the complexity of emerging healthcare technologies is a subject of ongoing debate and scrutiny all over the world. So while existing regulations have played a crucial role in ensuring patient safety and data privacy in healthcare, they often face challenges in keeping pace with rapidly evolving technologies and their associated complexities. So again, some key points to consider. First, rapid technological investments. Emerging healthcare technologies such as AI that was mentioned today, telemedicine, wearable devices, genomic medicine are evolving at a rapid pace. These technologies may not have been anticipated when existing regulations were drafted. Interdisciplinary nature. Many new healthcare technologies are highly interdisciplinary, combining elements of healthcare, information technology, and data science. Traditionally, regulatory frameworks may not be well suited to address these converging fields effectively. Data privacy and security, the collection, storage, and analysis, we mentioned it, of healthcare data, especially in the context of big data and AI, raise complex data privacy and security concerns. Regulatory frameworks like the Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act in the States may need updates to address these issues adequately, and I assume the same in Pakistan, many adjustments are required. International collaboration, and here healthcare technologies often transcend national boundaries, making international collaboration and harmonization of regulations essential. Regulatory frameworks may need to adapt to foster global interoperability. Ethical and societal implications, what you have mentioned. Emerging technologies in healthcare may have significant ethical, social, and legal implications, such as questions about consent for AI-assisted diagnosis or the use of genetic data. Regulations should consider these broader aspects. Adaptive regulations. Some experts advocate for more adaptive risk-based regulatory approaches that can accommodate rapid technological changes. This might involve periodic assessments and updates rather than the static regulations. And that's the change in the approach. Things happen faster. Innovation and patient access. Overly burdensome regulations can stifle innovation and limit patient access to new healthcare technologies. Striking the right balance between safety and innovation is a constant challenge. Patient-centric approach. Regulations need to be designed with a strong focus on patient-centered care in patient empowerment, allowing individuals to have more control over their health, data, and decisions. Post-market surveillance, monitoring the safety and efficacy of emerging technologies after they enter the market is crucial. Regulatory agencies may need enhanced capabilities for post-market surveillance in real-world evidence generation. And the last one, public input and transparency. Involving stakeholders, including patients, clinicians, and technology developers in the regulatory process can lead to more informed and balanced regulations. Transparency in decision-making is essential. In response to these challenges, some regulatory authorities are already taking steps to adapt. For example, US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has established regulatory pathways to digital health and AI-based medical devices. The European Union Medical Device Regulator and the In Vitro Diagnostic Regulation have introduced new requirements to address evolving technologies. Overall, while existing regulatory framework provide a foundation, there is a growing recognition that may need to evolve, become more flexible, and incorporate risk-based approach to accommodate emerging healthcare technologies effectively. This should be done in a way that fosters innovation, safeguards patient safety, and upholds ethical and privacy standards. Collaboration between regulatory authorities, industry stakeholders, healthcare providers, and the public is crucial to strike the right balance in regulating these complex technologies.
I think you touched many points over there, and I would like to with the audience, I think that one thing is important is technology is the easiest part right now, I tell you. It's easiest part because it's the same technology that is being implemented all across part of the world. The most difficult part is its adaptability. The most difficult part is the change management by the people to adopt and use it. The most difficult part over here is how we can make sure that the people are going to change the way they are being using and doing the work for the past 15, 20 years. Because if you ask me today, what has happened? Previously, when we talked about the data was in the heads of the people. The most senior people with white hair and no hair were the ones who were driving the organizations. But today, all that data is going from the heads into the machines. And that's where the change is happening. And now we are relying on that change and what that adaptability that the machine is providing us. Now, that adaptability is the key. Technology will keep on running fast. It depends how the people sitting in this room are listening, or the people who are adopting this technology, how fast they can change the way they were working successfully, and admitting that it's important to change the way and using this technology and making them part of their lives and their solutions. I think that's the impact that is really important. Dr. Jean, coming back to you and building on this one, I will ask you, you have the experience of putting the integrations and the healthcare solutions in the developed countries. You must have research about Pakistan. You know where we are in our healthcare system at this point of time. Is there any specific suggestion for a developing country like Pakistan with around 250 million of population out there? What is we need to take care of it now so that we can be a very well machine system in the healthcare to the people of Pakistan? You are on mute, sir.
Thank you. One aspect that you mentioned a little earlier, I think, is a foundation is the general infrastructure, which can vary quite greatly from cities to more rural areas. And then secondly, given where there's infrastructure gaps, there's increasingly new alternatives for addressing, such as new satellite systems, new fiber backbone networks. And so with the infrastructure foundation, then I think another integral aspect to it is the regulatory structure, especially with artificial intelligence, because it's much different than regulating a medical device, and even quite a bit different than regulating software as a medical device, in that it needs this ongoing assurance and validation. So having a regulatory system in place, both from the government level and then also within the hospital administration level, can lead to adoption where there's a more visible identification of need. There's greater trust in the technology on the part of the physicians, healthcare staff, patients, and hospital administrations, and then a better place to do an ongoing assessment of the benefits.
Thank you very much. I'll be coming to the final question to you with asking 1 minute, but I will just build on what you just said. Somebody asked me on a very layman level, can you tell me what is artificial intelligence and why it will become better and why it will take over their lives? And what I tried to explain to them was, look, we as humans learn from our mistakes. So what happens? We do a mistake. If you can ask a small kid, ask him to put in the finger in the switch, he will immediately get a shock. He will learn that I'm not going to go there. But he will not stop as humans. We still try. We still try and do our mistakes again. It takes us 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and sometimes we still keep on repeating our mistakes. That's what we are as humans. And it takes us time to learn from that and adopt that. My father once said when I was going out from Pakistan to Europe, hey, listen, son, if every son has listened to your father, the world would have been perfect. It's not perfect. You will learn with your own experiences. And I just want to tell you, take care of these boundaries. This is exactly the point that I want to highlight over today. Artificial intelligence is about the machine. Machine is 0 and 1. It will tell, if you tell him this is a mistake, it will not repeat it. This is different from the humans. You tell him, don't go there, it will not go there. The adaptability cycle of artificial intelligence is as simple as this. It's not going to meet, but it doesn't carry the empathy in that. We are talking about artificial intelligence having the empathy factor in next 5 to 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's dangerous. If the machine started loving and hating, if the machine starting these empathy factors that makes humans from different, we need to have the boundaries defined in a very good way out there. So that's something in the sector that we talk about. So coming back, Dr. Anatli, coming directly to last question, and you have 1 minute for that one to answer. Knowing how the technology is working, what is that one thing we should change now to have a better impact in 2024? And Dr. Jean, the same question will be coming to you.
Thank you for the question. I think that it would be about the open data and big data, and I think the best technologies, as we know, are based on big data. And I think that both public and private sector should think what areas of data they could open and make it available, including all these under all these concerns that we just discussed today, to researchers, because actually that's what makes countries leaders. And that's why, for example, US and China, who has huge amounts of data and they use it and they feed the AI with this data, are actually became global leaders.
Thank you. Dr. Jean, over to you.
I think on the question of AI assurance and validation and the relationship to trust, I think if the industry vendors and also those who are developing AI systems on their own have an increased focus and actually increased success with AI assurance and validation, they would be better able to show that the AI is effective and it can be effective in an ongoing basis.
Fair enough. And I will ask this question to myself and answer this as well. I think one of the things that we need to change is the acceptance to accept the change. This is really, really important. You know, sometimes with experience, we have got successes and we believe that our mantra is the right mantra. Our solution is the right solution. Our way of working, because it has given us positive results. And we believe in that one, that this is the best way to go along. I think one thing that I think we need to pledge as to change is to accept that there can be better way of workings as well. There can be better way of enhancing the technology as well. There can be some ways where we can change ourselves and get the benefit of that one that the world is providing us, which can enhance our way of working and help the mankind over there as well, especially in the healthcare center. I think if we are able to take that commitment with ourselves today, that we will accept the change, that will make a lot of effort and adopting this new technology towards us. Thank you very much, Dr. Nina and Natalie. I think this was a wonderful session. I was dead on time as well, seeing that on as well. And I hope we are able to get that engagement factor that was required for the crowd as well to see how we can impact. Moderating an online session is always a challenge, but I hope we are able to get the best out of that one as well. Thank you.